As you guys know, on the channel, I like to dive into the backstory of Call of Duty and look at individual characters, whether that be Captain Price or Frank Woods. We have looked at all of these Call of Duty stories from beginning to end. But recently, with the Season 5 teasers, something new, or I guess you could say old, is being reintroduced to Modern Warfare. And this something is shown in two ways. First of all, with the Season 5 teasers, we saw these various YouTubers and streamers been given a rook. This rook came alongside a big letter from someone named Marcus Lurch Ortega, or Lurch for short. He is a member of Shadow Company. Now, Shadow Company did not start in this game. Shadow Company goes all the way back to Modern Warfare 2. So instead of diving into the backstory of a character this week, what I thought we would do is instead dive into a variety of characters all brought together for one reason. That reason is money. Ladies and gentlemen, today I give you the full story of Shadow Company. So this that you're looking at right here is the main logo that we have for Shadow Company. And as you can see, it says Umbra Caterve, or however you pronounce it. This is Latin and loosely translates to Shadow Company. It directly translates to Shadow Group, but as we've seen, there's also another logo for Shadow Company as well. It's a spade and it directly says Shadow Company. Why there's two logos? At this point, I don't actually know, but I have seen a theory that one is for the international soldiers, that one being the Latin logo with the rook, and the other one, the spade, is for the American Shadow Company soldiers, and hence why it's in English. That is just a theory. There's no proof for that whatsoever. I just thought I would throw it out there. Now, as far as why the rook is the symbol that Shadow Company chose, we didn't actually know until the YouTubers and Twitch streamers received that letter earlier. Basically, the letter said that the rook stands for brute force embodied. Now, the question from here is, where did Shadow Company come from? And for that, we have to go back all the way to Modern Warfare 2 and look at the story of General Shepard. So where General Shepard's story doesn't technically begin until Modern Warfare 2, he was actually a part of Call of Duty 4. In Call of Duty 4, you are invading a city in Iraq, and in doing so, you go looking for Khalid al-Assad. When you find out that he isn't there, you are set to extract the area, but before you do, a nuclear bomb goes off. But General Shepard was actually the man in charge of this invasion, and he sent 30,000 soldiers in to invade, and all of them died.
5 years ago, I lost 30,000 men in the blink of an eye, and the world just fucking watched. Tomorrow, there will be no shortage of volunteers, no shortage of patriots. I know you understand.
So needless to say, General Shepard was pretty pissed at Makarov and wants his revenge. Now, in the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, you start off playing as a character named Joseph Allen, and by the end of the mission, General Shepard lets you know that you will be now reporting directly to him.
Use my helicopter. Gentlemen, good work on taking the town. Private Allen, you'll be taking orders from me from now on. I'll brief you on the chopper. Let's go.
So keep in mind, at this point, Shadow Company was still not a thing, so at this point, Joseph Allen was reporting to General Shepard as a member of Task Force 141, and his mission was to go undercover and work directly for Vladimir Makarov, and General Shepard knew that Makarov's next move was the attack on Zakhaev International Airport, aka the mission No Russian.
This man, Makarov, is fighting his own war and he has no rules, no boundaries. He doesn't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide. He's not loyal to a flag or a country or any set of ideals. He trades blood for money. He's your new best friend. You don't want to know what it's cost already to put you next to him. It will cost you a piece of yourself. It will cost nothing compared to everything you'll save.
Now pay really close attention to what General Shepard actually says there. He literally tells Joseph Allen that it's going to cost him a piece of himself. And by the end of the mission, Makarov knew that Joseph Allen was undercover, shoots him, and makes it look like America was behind the Zakhaev airport attack. What this does is set off World War III, and all of a sudden, the world is at war. Now, after Captain Price uses an ICBM to launch at the United States to almost use as an EMP, General Shepard is then given a blank check by the American government to put an end to Makarov, as the American government assumes that Makarov was the one to shoot off the rockets.
Gentlemen, the missiles vector puts it en route to the East Coast. We will lose the White House.
We've rebuilt it before. We'll rebuild it again.
Casualties?
Possibly 30 to 50,000. Depends on the exact location of the detonation. All systems will go down.
General Shepard, you warned us. We should have listened.
When they speak of this moment, we will not be the ones who stood guard while America died. One man is responsible for all this. Makarov must be brought to light.
Whatever you need, General. You've got a blank check.
And with that, General Shepard's plan is now complete. He's got all of the power and now the money to fund his own private military. And in one of the next missions called Loose Ends, this is when we first start to see the power of Shadow Company. As Roach and Ghost leave one of Makarov's safe houses with the information that General Shepard sent in Joseph Allen, we all know one of the biggest betrayals in video game history.
By for rocket attack, over. Roger. Hit him hard on that hill. Make sure they're down. Roger, I'm on it. Coming around, heading 250. Roger, I got him lined up. Gold Eagle's on the ground. Watch for snipers on thermal. Over.
You have the DSM. We've got it, sir. Good. That's one less loose end. No!
Area is sanitized. All targets destroyed. Solid copy. No movement detected. 2-6 going into holding pattern.
So at the hands of General Shepard and Shadow Company, Ghost and Roach are slain for the reason that they are one of the few people that knew about General Shepard's plan with Joseph Allen and to take all of the power away. This is actually the first time we get to see the Shadow Company soldiers, but meanwhile, Soap and Captain Price were also sent to a trap at the Boneyard, where both Makarov and Shadow Company soldiers are. While they fight each other, Captain Price and Soap are there trying to escape while they're fighting through two enemy soldiers. At this point, Captain Price puts all the pieces together and figures out that General Shepard isn't the good guy that everyone thought, and that he is trying to take all of the power for himself. So once Captain Price and Soap escape, they decide to put Makarov aside for the time being and go after General Shepard. And this takes Captain Price and Soap to something called Site Hotel Bravo, which is located somewhere in Afghanistan and it is the main operating base for Shadow Company. In the last two missions of Modern Warfare 2, you're not fighting against Makarov, but rather Shadow Company and General Shepard. And as you fight through Shadow Company's soldiers, you work your way through until the very end, you one-on-one take on General Shepard, and as we know, this is how it ends. Now here's the interesting part of this, is with the death of General Shepard, Shadow Company also dies. Shadow Company was known by no government. It was General Shepard's private military funded by the United States government, but the United States government didn't know about it. All of the soldiers working for General Shepard were paid for mercenaries, basically just guns for hire. They weren't actually working under any flag other than the Shadow Company logo. So with the death of General Shepard, so does Shadow Company die. But this brings us to Modern Warfare 2019 and the question of how Shadow Company is going to be incorporated in this game. As you can see on the bottom of this rook that people were sent, there's a new logo for Shadow Company. It's a combination of the old two with the rook and the spade, with no lettering whatsoever. I expect to see this logo much more in the game moving forward. And as we know, I've talked about this in previous videos, General Shepard is still a part of Modern Warfare 2019. He's just kind of hidden in the shadows throughout the campaign. I have a whole separate video talking about how he works into the campaign with the overall story. If you want to check that out, I will link it down in the description and on the screen as well. But General Shepard is here, and I'm willing to bet that he is once again the person in charge of Shadow Company. Now, we find out via the letter that people were sent that Marcus Lurch Ortega is the Shadow Company soldier who is directing new operatives into the field. So we also know that he is a character working for Shadow Company as well. However, there is also an operator who is currently in the game branding the Shadow Company logo. That is, of course, Mace. We've talked about this character before, and in his bio it explains that he is a soldier for hire, hence why he is working for Shadow Company. But on top of this, there are some other soldiers as well who aren't wearing the Shadow Company logo who have this in their description. One of these examples is Grinch. If you read Grinch's bio, it specifically says that his services are in exchange for wire transfers to anonymous offshore accounts. So basically, once again, a soldier for hire. So we don't exactly know what other soldiers are going to be a part of Shadow Company, but we do know that Shadow Company is coming in some capacity with the beginning of Season 5. This lends to the question as to when is General Shepard going to be coming, and if General Shepard and Shadow Company are there, does that mean Makarov is going to make an appearance as well? For those answers, I don't currently know, and we'll have to wait and see. But as soon as we do have answers, you know that I will bring you guys a video with all of the details. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the full story of Shadow Company up until this point. And like I said, if we get more info, I will keep you filled in. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, like what you see, we are on the road to 1 million subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, as it's the best way to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time.
I know you understand.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard.